A couple weeks ago, I put myself out there on a very popular website that deals with cruises and offered to do a Q&A and answer any questions that I could about what it's like to live this life that I'm living. So what I'm going to do now is recreate that Q&A with questions that I wanted to be asked. So all these questions are made up. All the usernames that are asking these questions are made up by me. So here we go. Q&A time. Soap Thief 0001 asks, how did you get this job? I did Million Dollar Quartet from 2013 to 2016, and it just so happens that a lot of the creative teams involved in the Chicago production were involved in the production that was happening on this ship. And just by knowing people and expressing an intense interest to them about wanting to come on board, I was sort of put in the running pretty early on. The guitar theater world is a very small niche world. It requires a very specific skill set. I felt that I was good at my job. Other people felt that I was good at my job, so boo bam, here I am. Pillows for Days asks, what are your favorite things to do besides performing? Honestly, my favorite thing to do besides performing in this show is to make these vlogs. I actually majored in film production at the University of Central Florida, so since I'm not in Hollywood trying to make movies, this is a way to flex that muscle and still be creative and to sort of put my life in a cinematic frame that's fun to make, and it's a really cool document that I can look back on 10, however many years from now. PandaWatch_SaltBro asks, what do you do when you're not performing? When I'm not performing, I'm either working out, eating, or learning French. I know in a previous vlog I said I wanted to learn Spanish, but here's the thing, I gotta be honest. Spanish is a beautiful language. As an American, I kind of have to know Spanish at some point. It's becoming more and more of a prerequisite in our culture. But every time I try to learn Spanish, I just hit this wall and I just don't want to learn it right now. It's nothing personal against the language. I just don't want to learn Spanish right now, but I do want to learn French. I've always wanted to learn French. Eventually I'd love to do a vlog in all French, but that day has not come yet and will not come for a while. Third Lunch 420 asks, what is the most crazy experience you've ever had on board? Well, to be honest, the boat isn't that crazy. Nothing really crazy happens on the boat because we have rules that sort of kind of box us in from getting too nuts. One thing I've seen on the boat that's always fun is when just drunk people just being stupid. I saw these two drunk women last contract just getting this like hair pulling brawl. They both were like, had these demonic voices like, fuck you, get off me. It was crazy. That was nuts. Another thing that happened one time during the show, during like the most intense part of the show, it's quiet, there's like one or two people talking, and we had a bing bong. If someone like hurts themselves, say if someone slips and falls in the pool area and they need like a medic team to come pick them up, there's something that's said over the PA to signal that. That overrides everything. For us to be at each other and then bing bong, and we had to like, look around and just kind of acknowledge the fact that this is happening. And then when it's over, we just go on with the show. And I'd just like to add on a personal note, anybody who may be watching this who is an actor, whether you're in high school or college, I would highly recommend looking into the cruise ship world. There are more and more opportunities now that cruise ships are starting to integrate Broadway book musicals into their entertainment lineup. So many national tours are going non-equity now that cruise ships are kind of the new tour. Without giving you a figure, we're kind of making on the boat really, really close to what people make on Broadway. And the fact that we're not paying rent, we're not paying for food, we're traveling to all different parts of the world basically for free, you could argue that that is a better value. It may not have the same clout, it may not have the same prestige as working on Broadway in New York City, but in terms of like a career, it's pretty dope. So I would highly recommend it if you can adjust to the lifestyle and follow the rules. That's the only thing. If you can check your ego, follow the rules, and be adaptable, then you'll be okay. Well, that's the end of that. I want to thank the company that I work for, who I will not name, and I want to thank the website that inspired this Q&A, a website that I will not name.